During the few years leading up to the war, the British RAF needed something that was more up to date. Now, they kept searching and searching, but then they came to R.J. Mitchell, and he put forward his design, and the RAF approved. This design was labelled the Spitfire. Now, I made it seem like R.J. Mitchell got it in like first go, but actually the RAF rejected it the first couple of times. So, the story of the Spitfire. Now, as I say, R.J. Mitchell, he was a brilliant aircraft manufacturer, and he thought, well, let's try and make a new fighter for the RAF, which he did in the end, but as I say, he put forward his design and the RAF said no. So he tried again, and they said no. Then he tried again, and this keeps happening for about 6 months, and then he puts it in an error, and they're just like, fine, do it. And then it turns out to be one of the greatest planes in British history. What can you do? So, what are the perks of the Spitfire? Well, the Spitfire had 8 Browning 303 machine guns in both wings. Now, these Browning machine guns were amazing, to say the least. They could take out anything in close range, and by close range I mean about 300 or 200 meters. It was a monofighter, so that minimalizes casualties, but also its wing design made its maneuverability impeccable. Absolutely not able to be topped. The BF 109 couldn't do it, the Yak couldn't do it, the MiG can't do it, even the Eurofighter can't do it, even with its sleek design. The Spitfire is the bread and butter of the RAF. Now, its main competitor across the channel was the Messerschmitt BF 109. Now, this was the Luftwaffe's go-to fighter jet. Well, fighter plane. It was reliable, but also it was easy to manufacture because it didn't have a curved hull like the Spitfire. So they could just grab the plates, weld them together, send it out. It had 2 machine guns behind the propeller, so that means they had to put in a timing system so that it didn't shoot the propeller off. It was also a mono fighter, but Germany didn't care. They had enough manpower. Now, for speed and armaments, the Messerschmitt beats the Spitfire. But it's not that matters in aircraft dogfights. It's your maneuverability. And that's how the Spitfire won in the Battle of Britain. So, after the Battle of Britain, the Spitfire reigned supreme. And the Luftwaffe it had a dead reputation now. The only way it could redeem itself is by succeeding at Barbarossa, which, as we all know, it didn't. So that has been a more in-depth history on the Spitfire and the Messerschmitt BF 109 than in my Battle of Britain video, which is really outdated, as I've done it like 2 months ago, something like that. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But next week we will be looking at Germany's last-ditch attempt to split up the Allies in Normandy.